Let me turn to the questions. Holi under a political shadow, a festival of colors being caught in religious crossfire. Why discordant notes in what should be a festival of harmony? Joining me at this moment are some special guests. I'm joined at the moment by Amog Leela Das. He's a monk and spiritual motivational speaker. I'm joined by Shahid Siddiqui, Chairman, Interfaith Peace Foundation and also editor of Nayi Dunya. Vikram Singh is former DGP of Uttar Pradesh, and Anand Kumar is a leading sociologist. I appreciate all of you joining us. I want to come to you, Amog Leela Das, first. I mean, you would have thought that this was an opportunity to show India's interfaith harmony. Those who want to do their namaz can do their namaz. Those who want to celebrate Holi can do can celebrate Holi. And surely there is enough space in a wonderful country like India for Hindus and Muslims to happily coexist. Why does it need firmans from the government and a seeming attempt almost being created to polarize people?
Yes, actually it's a holy occasion, and on the holy occasion, the thought should also be holy, and there should not be anything unholy on this holy occasion of Holi. But somehow people get into this, somehow to create influence. But on the name of influence, sometimes they inject hatred. So I think all of us should cooperate because, of course, namaz, we respect namaz. We should respect all religions. So that's why Muslims have all right to do their namaz. But since Holi comes once in a year, so that's why out of this brotherhood, I think our Muslim brothers should kindly cooperate with us. In fact, their Quran also mentions in Surah Al-Ma'idah, in chapter 5, verse number 2, that one should cooperate in piety. So that means when some pious activity is happening, so we should cooperate into it. So the Quran itself, it mentions that. In fact, Surah Al-Insan, it is full
so
of...
should Hindus cooperate with Muslims? And, tali do haath se bachti hai. Both communities should cooperate in a way with each other. Hindus should ensure that Muslims are allowed to practice their namaz without throwing color on them in any form. And those who want to practice namaz should allow a holy procession to take place.
Yes, of course. So in case some color falls on their body, it doesn't really cause them to deviate from their religion. So they are practicing Islam, so they are Muslims, and some yellow, blue, green color falls in case it falls on their body, so they can say, happy Holi. May Lord Allah bless all of you. So why can't say that? Very simple. It's a very simple thing. Somehow I don't know why we complicate such simple matters.
Why do you complicate simple matters is what is being suggested here. Shahid Siddiqui, do you believe that this is a deliberate attempt to politicize what can easily be solved through inter-community dialogue, through peace committees? Why do you need, in a way, politics to get involved at all?
Rajiv, this is a manufactured controversy. There is no controversy at all. No Muslim has said that they should not be holy and oppose Holi at all. I am just now coming from a Holi celebration. I was at Uma Sharma's place where we were celebrating Bridge Holi, where I have been going for last 30 years. And Muslims, whether in the Mughal times or earlier, even 700 years back, when I'm sitting here in Nizamuddin, where at the Dargah of Hazrat Nizamuddin, the Holi was always celebrated, always sung. Amir Khusro wrote his famous, Geet in Hindi, in Brij Bhasha, Aaj Rang Hari Hori Hai. So that has been happening all along. So there is no controversy, number one. Number two, the idea that mosque should be covered is a absolutely distasteful idea. This has happened only in recent times. And this is not the first time that Holi is taking place on a Ramzan Jummah. Earlier also this has happened, and there was no controversy, there was no dispute. There are thousands and thousands and thousands of mosques and temples all over the country. There is no dispute. We pick up one point where there is some controversy and, enlarge it to make it into a whole, the whole nation should be, bring the whole nation into a controversy, which is absolutely wrong.
So you're saying
should be rejected.
You're saying it's a manufactured... You're saying it's a manufactured controversy which is needless?
It is manufactured because on ground, Yes, on ground it does not exist. I know. I am coming from the ground. I work on the ground. There is no dispute. There is no controversy. Muslims themselves have. The earlier speaker was saying that they should cooperate. They are cooperating, more than cooperating. They have changed the time of the namaz. In Lucknow, in Kanpur, in many places, instead of having namaz at 1:30, they are having it after 2 o'clock. But we also have to see that, forget about Muslims, to throw color on anybody, whether a Muslim or a Sikh or a Hindu or a woman, against their permission is not correct. It is not civilized. It's not Hindu. It's not the Holi. We have seen, I was born in Chandni Chowk and I've celebrated Holi all my life. Let me tell you one thing. My father said, he was a Maulana from Deoband, he said, we were not going out, we children were not going out when Holi was being played. He said, why are you sitting at home? Why don't you go out and play Holi? We said, Abba rang gir jayega. He started laughing. He said, rang girne se kya tumhara deen khatre mein pad jayega? Tumhara deen khatre mein tab padega jab tum padausi ke dukh mein sharik nahi hoge, uski khushi mein sharik nahi hoge. So you aapko paap tab milta hai jab aap padausi ke dukh mein aur uske sukh mein sharik nahi hote. That is what Islam is. But of course, people who are going
very
for
nicely,
prayers
very nicely
during
put,
Ramzan,
Shahid Siddiqui.
they don't want their clothes to be dirtied.
Okay, very nicely put.
Yes.
Vikram saying, why then is the police being seen once again to not play? I mean, the charge which is made is that the police is seen to bat for one side, that firmans are issued, particularly in a state like Uttar Pradesh, only to one community. People have the right to celebrate Holi, whether you're Hindus or Muslims, with their permission. People have the right to practice Ramzan and pray, do their namaz. Why should the police get involved in a manner that they are seen to be doing it in a one-sided way?
Rajdeep, good evening, gentlemen. A single swallow does not a spring make. I would rather not cherry pick a single statement, as he is not the brand ambassador of the police department. There are hundreds of other police officers in the state who have displayed exemplary magnanimity and maturity. And we government servants are supposed, it is a matter of faith, and that all appeals have to be religion neutral. The day I start speaking in the terms of Hindus, Muslims, high, low, Brahman, Kshatriya, scheduled caste and scheduled tribe, then I have failed in my duty. And anybody who does it, well, he should be taken to task. I have no illusions in my mind.
But the Sambal CEO exactly spoke in that language, and
Exactly,
far from being pulled up, he was encouraged. The Chief Minister of Uttar Pradesh seemed to encourage him to speak that language.
I knew you would be coming to that. There are two ways of taking to it. There are interpretations that are given by political people, there are interpretations given by professionals. I would say that we have Everesters in the IPS UP cadre, Aparna Kumar. We have those who have done the advanced commando course, Asim Arun, who's now a minister in the cabinet. But to say yes, but there was a proviso also in Yogi Ji that he is a wrestler and he has spoken. Therefore, I would say a DGP and the Chief Secretary are not just senior-most government servants, they are also advisors to the cabinet and to the CM. And the course correction was there. And the DM of Sambhal is on record to have said that in future, all press briefings will be given either by the DM or by the SP or those authorized by them. I would say I would not stop at what he said. I don't condone any loose cannon or any motor mouth. Right. I repeat, I don't condone any loose cannon or any motor mouth. But then the fact that you spoke without the permission when the DM and the SP are there in that thing also is a misdemeanor that should never go by default. There is a discipline, there is a code of conduct which all the government servants, more so in the police, should subscribe to. And the day any police officer or any government servant speaks in terms of religion, whether there are 52 or whether there are 15, it is the job of the police, what they are paid for, to ensure peaceful celebration of the Friday namaz and the Holi festival. It has happened in the past, it will happen tomorrow, and it will happen in the future.
I want to bring you Anand Kumar. While we hope that everything goes off peacefully, and we are, once the police is out there, there's hope that it will happen without any law and order disturbances. The general sense is something hawa mein kuch badla hai. Holi ke rang should be an occasion to celebrate the diversity of this country. That's the message that our politicians give. But on the ground, there are mischief mongers, there are extreme voices who pit almost Holi versus namaz. Why should we be pitting one festival against the other in this unique country called India?
No, this is a new situation where we are trying to find differences and gaps in many ways. The idea of a holy julus is something very novel. I was born in Varanasi, I grew up in Varanasi. There was never this idea of julus. Why this julus? To assert your identity, to show your muscle strength, to prove that the government is at your command. Similarly, as Shai Siddiqui said, the Namaz timing has been flexible, but it is also very strange that you cover the mosque so that some lumpen is not spraying color. This is absolutely unacceptable. Mosque is a holy place, temple is a holy place, and whatever is not allowed should not be allowed. It should not be overprotected by covering a mosque and asking people to stay home. This is a social life where certain code of conduct is accepted, certain behavior pattern is punishable, and that's how police should be engaged in. It is also a new situation where we are seeing that people are unhappy, afraid, apprehensive out of no reason. Sambal is a place where something is already brewing, something is already boiling, and now you make you Holi as an occasion, an excuse to create a problem, and then you connect Sambal with the whole of India. It's like another Godara. I also see.
You made Anand Kumar, you said to me that you said that when you grew up in Varanasi, there was nothing like a holy procession, that you see it now as an assertion of identity. How was Holi celebrated in Varanasi traditionally? How for you is the real celebration of Holi? What does Holi really mean, a holy celebration, then Anand Kumar?
See, Holi began in the night when Holika was born, and people will be distributing sweets and sharing some songs and other things. Next day morning, people will get up and then meet each other. First, go to the neighbors and offer them some abir, some colors. Then they'll have some kind of a community place where men and women will color each other. In the university where I was a student for many, many years, people will meet the vice chancellor, touch his feet, he'll offer sweets. You'll go to teachers' places in the afternoon. But the idea of a holy julus, never, never, never. Actually, in Varanasi, there was a local
That's the
custom
point,
of.
Among Leela Das, as is being said, there was never a concept of a holy procession. You see, what is happening now is there is an assertion of identity politics. It's almost as if Muslims have their Muharram procession, now we will have our holy procession. Competition on the ground. Holi was a festival to celebrate, as is being suggested, in a manner where the entire community got involved. You don't need to assert it and pit one community against the other. It's not Holi versus Namaz.
Actually, the kind of interpretation which we give to any event, it depends on the kind of value system which we carry at the background. So there can be a procession. In case there is a procession, so what's wrong in it? You know, in case in an arm wrestling, one person loses a hand and he keeps his hand loose, arm wrestling is finished. In fact, in case there is a procession on the holy occasion of Holi, and some Muslims also come and they join and they say Happy Holi to you, everything is diffused. So basically, conflicts are created first in the mind and then they are cascaded to the community. And then such interpretations come that it's a show of power and that now we are also there, man. If you are there, if you can have a procession, we can also have. Now, these are interpretations being given. So we can also give positive interpretation that, okay, they are having a julus. Congratulations. Happy Holi to you. Why can't
Yeah,
such
but the julus cannot end up in a show of power in any form. We've seen, for example, deliberately at times music being played just outside a place of worship, almost as if to suggest that, we will get away with doing what we want. If, God forbid, color is thrown on a place of worship, that surely is not what Holi is. Holi is not about throwing color on a place of worship. It's gulal on each other. I think some of the interpretations, the way it's being practiced have changed. But I want to ask each one of you, starting with you, Shahid Siddiqui, what is your favorite Holi moment? You say you've celebrated Holi from your days when you grew up in Chandni Chowk. Your favorite Holi moment?
Yeah, Just now I had my favorite Holi moment. I was at Uma Sharma's place where we had bridge ki Holi. I have the video I can play for you, the bridge dance, because that I have been doing for last more than 3 decades. I go and celebrate, and I am going back to over there. I have this my color on my forehead. It does not endanger my religion at all. But my
So you're very clear that there is nothing wrong. Would you encourage therefore Muslims? Would you encourage Muslims to join and celebrate Holi with their Hindu brothers and sisters?
No, Muslims have always done it. Muslims have always done it. I'm said 700 years back, Amir Khusro was playing Holi with Hazrat Nizamuddin. What else do you want? Muslims have been doing it all along. No, it is a manufactured idea that Muslims should come as if they have been opposing it. No, they are not opposing Holi at all.
Okay.
The only thing they are saying is, and that's not about Muslims, that's about anybody, any Indian, if you throw the colors, all sorts of rotten colors on anybody, whether it's a Hindu or a Sikh or anybody, it is not correct. In my childhood, it was not done. If somebody said, please, Rang mat phekiye, that was not done.
Okay, so you're saying do it with permission, allow people to celebrate spontaneously.
Is being targeted today in every festival.
Okay, your point is taken. Vikram Singh, your favorite Holi memory. You've been a police officer. What's your favorite memory, Vikram Singh?
Well, the first is the utmost decency, and with the consent of the other party, whether he would like to have some kind of a token application of herbal gulal, not the paint, nothing abrasive and nothing abusive. Herbal gulal with the consent and a token application. We have a gentleman from Varanasi. The tradition was that you apply only next to the slipper of the Maharaj. Okay, the days of feudal power are over, but you apply a small tilak with the consent of the other party and a token application with the consent. And if the ladies are there, take pains to ensure that it is zero touch. As I have in my nose, I have that favorite. Just one quick point, Rajdeep. There are processions, there are Holi ki toli, Dadikando ka jalus. This is by tradition. And also the festival register, every police station in the country has a document of all the processions. And they are duly guarded in the front, in the middle, in the center by plainclothesmen and those in uniform. Therefore, say there are no processions. Well, that is not factually correct, because the historical fact says they have been going on, and the 100-year documentation shows there have been holy processions historically.
Okay, there are Dhol Yatras, for example, also in states like Bengal. So there are processions, as you say, that do take place. But Professor Anand Kumar, your favorite Holi memory, away from all the noise and the politics that we see, what is your memory? What is your sense of Holi? What does Holi mean for you?
Holi was an opportunity of sharing sweets with neighbors and getting together for some singing and all in the morning hours, and in the evening having very nice clothes, visiting neighbors, visiting friends, and that was it. And the idea of Holi was having a big spectrum, Rajdeep ji. There was a very absurd kind of Holi in Kanpur, where you use acid and coal tar and everything for 7 days. Or everybody, Hindus, Muslims, everybody hated that practice. Similarly, there was Barsane ki Holi, where women were beating men with sticks. And there was Holi in Banaras, where people coming together, gathering, no julus.
Okay, so you're saying you maintain that the idea of julus is a new idea. I want to get a final word from you, Mahant. Your idea of Holi, sir. What is your favorite memory? Amog Leela Das.
Well, my favorite memory is when we used to play Holi, and then we were all colored irrespective of our religious backgrounds. And then after Holi, we all eat gujia playing cricket. And nobody can recognize who is who. And that's real brotherhood, irrespective of whatever background we are coming from. And that used to be such a sweet part of Holi.
Okay, I'm going to leave it there. I certainly have lots of my own favorite Holi memories being dunked with water.
Happy Holi, everybody.
Happy Holi, everybody. I wish you all a very happy, peaceful and prosperous Holi.
Happy Holi.
Yes, I hope that Holi continues to celebrate the unique colors of this wonderful country of ours.